When it comes to K-dramas, revenge is a genre that always captivates. But with so many options, which one truly stands out? Today, we're comparing two of the most talked about revenge-driven K-dramas, Buried Hearts and Vincenzo. Which one delivers the most thrilling plot, complex characters, and unforgettable moments? Let's find out.
인생의 마지막 끼니라면 그동안 함께 계속 해왔다는 뜻인데 우리가 지금까지 얘기를 이렇게
First, let's look at the foundation. Both shows are built on the powerful theme of revenge, but they approach it in different ways. Buried Hearts takes a more traditional route, with a business power struggle, betrayal, and the main character Dong-ju plotting his way through a twisted corporate maze. The show starts with a dramatic death, followed by a string of betrayals, heartaches, and twists that will leave you second-guessing who's good and who's bad. Dong-ju is caught in a web of deceit when his lover, a chaebol heiress, marries his rival. Add some intense power games, family drama, and corruption, and you've got a classic revenge tale. But, as many fans have pointed out, Buried Hearts' plot feels convoluted at times, dragging on in a way that might lose some viewers.
역할로 인사드리게 된 김성철입니다. 이 메이킹을 보시는 분들은 이미 방송을 보셨.
Vincenzo, on the other hand, offers a fresh and unique spin. The story follows Vincenzo Cassano, a Korean-Italian mafia consigliere, who returns to Korea after his mafia family is betrayed. What follows is a high-stakes battle between him and a corrupt corporation, with plenty of action, deception, and dark humor. What sets Vincenzo apart from other revenge dramas is its balance between sharp, fast-paced storytelling and the comedic timing that adds levity to all the darkness. Vincenzo's slick, ruthless approach to revenge is complemented by his strategic intelligence, making his journey incredibly satisfying to watch.
본인 스타일대로 행동을 하는데 주위에 항상 사람들이 모여. 그 진심이 통하는 것 같아요.
빈센조는
Both dramas start strong, but Vincenzo edges out Buried Hearts in terms of originality and character charisma. The heart of any revenge drama lies in its protagonist. The journey to vengeance is about character growth, and both Buried Hearts and Vincenzo have leading men that bring intensity, charm, and depth to the screen.
형식 씨도 선배님과 연기 어땠는지부터
굉장히 좋게 얘기해 주셨지만 반대로 제가 진짜
In Buried Hearts, Park Hyung-sik plays Dong-ju, a man haunted by love and betrayal. Driven by the need to avenge the love of his life who marries his enemy, Dong-ju embarks on a mission to dismantle a web of corporate corruption. Park Hyung-sik nails the role with his usual emotional depth, capturing the tormented soul of a man torn between revenge and redemption. However, some fans feel that Dong-ju's character lacks the complexity seen in other revenge protagonists. His emotional turmoil often feels predictable, with his stoic demeanor and brooding expressions sometimes overshadowing the more intricate layers of his character.
아닌데 연극하면서 100만 원 이하 받다가 방송국 와서
One of Dong-ju's standout moments comes when he confronts his enemy, saying, "You took everything from me, and now I will take it all back, piece by piece." The chilling tone encapsulates his determination to destroy everything in his path. On the other hand, in Vincenzo, Joong-ki shines as Vincenzo Cassano, a mafia consigliere with a unique sense of justice. Vincenzo is cool, calculating, and at times, a bit of a wild card. He's ruthless when he needs to be, but his confidence, wit, and occasional humor make him irresistible. Unlike Dong-ju, Vincenzo enjoys playing the game of revenge, relishing in his clever plans and witty comebacks. His past adds emotional weight to his actions, making him a deeply layered character.
귀여워.
맨날 같은 색 넥타이만 안 매면 사랑해줄지 말지 고민해.
혼자 있으면 꼭 뭘 마셔.
One of Vincenzo's most iconic lines is when he says, "I don't just take revenge, I take pleasure in watching them squirm before they finally break." This line perfectly encapsulates his cunning nature and love for seeing his enemies suffer. While Dong-ju is compelling in his own right, Vincenzo's blend of charm, wit, and complexity edges him out as the more captivating protagonist.
제 얼굴만 빼고 다 예뻐요.
좋아. 여빈이가 되고 예쁘지.
In any revenge drama, the villains are just as crucial as the protagonists. A compelling compelling antagonist can elevate the entire narrative, and both Buried Hearts and Vincenzo deliver memorable villains. But which show boasts the stronger ones?
네, 여러분 안녕하세요. 보물섬에서 서동주 역을 맡은 박형식입니다.
전 차강천 회장님 사람입니다. 회장님의 지시에 어긋나는
In Buried Hearts, Jang-seon, portrayed by Hu Jun-ho, is the primary antagonist. He comes across as a kind, elderly patriarch who seemingly cherishes his family. But as the story unfolds, we learn that he's a master manipulator, pulling strings behind the scenes of corporate corruption. While Jang Seon's cold, calculating demeanor adds a chilling edge to the story, some viewers feel his villainy lacks the moral complexity seen in other K-drama antagonists. He's evil for the sake of being evil, with no deeper motivations or backstory to explain his actions. This can make him feel a bit one-dimensional, despite Hu Jun-ho's strong performance. One of his chilling lines is when he says, "The world is full of puppets, and I am the one who pulls the strings." It's this statement that captures his manipulative nature perfectly.
태길 씨, 반대로 봐야지. 아니야.
On the other hand, Vincenzo gives us a series of well-crafted villains, particularly the chairman of the Babel group. Unlike Jang Seong, the chairman isn't just a villain. He's a well-rounded character, driven by personal desires and corporate ambition. He's ruthless, but we also see glimpses of his vulnerability. His enforcers, such as the cunning lawyer, add even more layers to the villainous team. One of the chairman's most chilling lines is, "The higher you climb, the harder you fall, and I will make sure you fall hard." His confidence and multifaceted character make him a delight to watch.
신배 역할을 맡은 윤경호라고 합니다. 이게 어떻게 나올지 잘 모르겠는데 정말 즐겁게
In the end, Vincenzo takes the win for its more nuanced and engaging villains, whose complex motives and personalities make them far more intriguing. Plot is arguably the most important aspect of any K-drama, especially in the revenge genre. So, how do Buried Hearts and Vincenzo compare when it comes to storytelling?
안녕하세요. 저는 보물섬에서 허일도 역을 맡은 이혜영이라고 합니다. 반갑습니다.
Buried Hearts has a solid premise with lots of potential. It explores themes of corporate corruption, family loyalty, and tragic love. The drama serves up all the classic revenge tropes, but at times it feels overly complicated. The narrative often drags, and the number of twists can leave viewers feeling a bit lost. The pacing, especially in the middle episodes, suffers from too many subplots, which can feel more confusing than enriching. While the core revenge plot is compelling, the convoluted storyline can make it hard to stay engaged for some viewers.
역을 맡은 이혜정입니다. 부부가 한 작품에 출연했다는 것 자체도 너무나도 감사한 영광이고요.
Vincenzo, on the other hand, is a tight, well-structured narrative that keeps you hooked from start to finish. The show's pace is well-balanced, alternating between intense action, strategic moves, and moments of levity. Vincenzo's mission to bring down Babel Group is clear from the get-go, and the story is filled with clever twists and high-stakes confrontations. The show's blend of action, drama, and comedy keeps things fresh and unpredictable. It never feels like it's overstretching, and every episode leaves you wanting more.
안 팀장이 설명을 잘 못해줘서.
국장님이 온오프를 거꾸로 했어요.
When it comes to the plot, Vincenzo stands out as the more well-executed and consistent drama. It doesn't get lost in its own web, and its pacing ensures that the revenge story is as satisfying as it is engaging. What is a revenge drama without its thrills? Both Buried Hearts and Vincenzo have their share of action-packed moments, but how do they compare when it comes to keeping the suspense high?
내가 먼저 해볼게. 아프지 않아. 정말 아프면.
In Buried Hearts, the thrills mostly come from the emotional roller coaster that Dong-ju faces as he navigates betrayal and heartbreak. There are plenty of intense moments, but they can feel a bit dragged out at times, especially when the narrative becomes bogged down in unnecessary subplots. The show's most intense moments happen in the first few episodes, but then it starts to lose its grip on the viewer's attention.
그날이 첫 촬영이었죠.
둘째 촬영, 두 번째
둘째
촬영.
촬영이었나요?
두 번째 촬영.
눈을 너무 반짝반짝 거리시는 거.
Vincenzo, on the other hand, is relentless when it comes to thrills. Whether it's Vincenzo's cat and mouse games with the villains, the high-octane action sequences, or the unexpected twists, this show never lets you rest. Even when the action slows down, the psychological warfare between Vincenzo and his enemies keeps the tension high. It's a show that thrives on suspense, and there's a constant sense of danger and intrigue that never lets up.
그 세밀한 그 아주 정교한 그 보석을 갖고 싶은 느낌이 들게 되는.
In terms of keeping you on the edge of your seat, Vincenzo absolutely dominates. The thrills are constant, and there's never a dull moment. So, after looking at all the aspects, the protagonists, the villains, the plot, and the thrills, which one comes out on top?
거든요. 근데 그런 장면을 민성이와 빈센조의 관계로 태호의 관계로 유쾌하게 잘
Vincenzo takes the crown in almost every category, from its charismatic lead to its layered villains, fast-paced plot, and constant thrills. It's clear that Vincenzo knows how to do revenge right. The mix of action, drama, and comedy keeps you hooked, and Vincenzo's journey is one that you can't help but root for.
태연이가 바이올린을 연주하게
That's not to say Buried Hearts is a bad show. It has a lot of potential, especially with Park Hyung-sik's stellar performance. But the convoluted plot and sometimes sluggish pacing hold it back from being truly great.
근데 일단 처음부터 막으면 뒤에도 안 와버리니까. 오케이 좋아.
Now, we want to hear from you. What's your pick for the best revenge K-drama? Are you Team Vincenzo, or do you think Buried Hearts has more to offer? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to K-Drama Buzz for more K-drama breakdowns, reviews, and insider info. We've got you covered for all things K-drama.